guys, welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, we're in the Silverado, and as you can tell from the thumbnail, we're about to go find out if we're gonna get a new motor for the truck. As of right now, I don't know, because you know the dealership needs to run the recall. I'll have a recall number down below, and basically what it is, the dealership is going to put a oscilloscope with a knock sensor, attach it to the motor. I think they run it for like a minute or something like that, and then they take that knock sensor file, run it through their machine, and basically the machine pops out a pass or fail. You know, that's the basic gist of what this does. So I mean, so far I haven't had any issues with the L87, but you never know. If it passes, all that they're going to do is basically change my oil cap to a brand new oil cap that says 0W40. They're going to change the motor oil to 40 weight, and that's about it. If it fails, I am not allowed to pick up the car. They basically have to go ahead and put an order in for a new engine, and who knows how long that's going to take. And I'll be honest, if the engine does fail, if it doesn't pass, I better get a loaner, because, you know, for what we're paying for these trucks and the monthly payment and whatnot, you know, I definitely better get a loaner. So, and I've been reading about this oscilloscope test and whatnot. Basically, you know, it seems like some dealerships are having easy with it. Some guys are having to replace motors. I just don't know where we're going to fall in that spectrum, because obviously, you know, GM has their little machine and tells them whether it passes or fails. There's actually a YouTube video out there on how they run the test, so it's kind of how I know what to look for and what they're going to be doing. So, apologize for the GPS, but so we're going to head to Victory Chevrolet. That's who's done all of my recall work. Oh, and I think there might be a recall for some engine tuning or something. The lady said like there were 2 open cases against my truck. So hopefully they take care of that engine ECM update, whatever that is going to be, as well as the engine diagnostic, and hopefully the L87 passes. Alright guys, you can see the Silverado is home and it is backed into the garage a little bit. We'll be filming a separate video here in a minute, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on the engine recall. So Victory Chevrolet went ahead and did the knock sensor test, ran it through their software, you know, that audio file, whatever they want to call that, ran it through their software, and it passed. So part of that is going to be for the recall N25249400. We passed, and really the only thing you get out of it is a free oil change. So they upgraded to 0W40 on the engine oil, and as you guys can see here, they replaced the oil cap with an AC Delco cap that basically just says 0W40. And they also performed the second recall that was an ECM update. That recall was N252510321. And all it says is it's a recall that was open in VIS and needed to be performed. And that's what they did. So I don't know anything beyond that. Is just that it needed a software update. And I'll be honest, I wasn't even aware that that was a thing. So, but yeah, so they put in the ECM update, they also put in the new cap, they also put in a new oil filter, and the oil that they put in is basically Mobil 1 0W40 Supercar. You guys can see that we've got a 6 count of that here, and I actually got 2 more up there. I actually was in my local Corvette group, Corvettes of the Carolinas, and a guy posted, hey, I sold my C8, I have this oil change waiting to go, it's 8 quarts. I got it for 60 bucks. So that ain't a bad deal for 8 quarts for 60 bucks. Didn't have a filter, but that's all right. You know, I think I've got those in stock. So pretty decent discount on my first oil change of the 0W40. Obviously, that'll probably be 6 months before we get to that. But yeah, so if you guys are ever on Facebook Marketplace or your local Facebook groups, just watch out. You might find stuff. And for me, found a pretty good deal on that oil. And so yeah, so supposedly the L87 is good to go with that new thicker oil. Passed their audio test, and hopefully it doesn't give us too much problems. And if it does, you know, the bottom end is covered for 10 years or 150,000 miles. I think my powertrain is 5 years, 100,000 miles, something like that. So the bumper to bumper is gone because this truck is now 3 years old, but the powertrain is 5 years, 100,000 miles. So we've got a little bit of overlap there. And so yeah, if we end up having any issues with the stock engine and they're not going to cover it, we do have the backup LT4 to go to. It's 400 cubic inch LT4 LAT crank, forged rod and piston. It's not here yet, but you know, in the future, if we ever have an issue, it's here as a backup. So, and as far as service and turnaround and everything, I dropped the truck off Wednesday morning at like 10 a.m. I had an Uber there, get a ride there. They were not able to work or even look at it on Wednesday. They called me Thursday morning that they were going to look at it. They did the test, it passed. They needed to order the oil or the cap. I don't know which one they needed to order, because obviously it's on the truck. So if it was just the cap, I think that'd be something they have in stock, but hey, whatever. And so yeah, we dropped it off on Wednesday, picked it up Saturday morning. My better half gave me a ride to the dealership, so we didn't have to do any Uber or taxis or anything like that. So it is what it is. Am I satisfied with this repair / recall, whatever? I don't know, guys. I mean, if worst comes to worst, I have a fully built motor to go in the truck if we need it. If we don't, you know, maybe we hold on to the LT4 for a year or two and we sell it. I just don't know at this point. But yeah, like, we've got a backup plan just in case we need it. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more ZR2 content, we're about to go film another one. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. And if you guys want to help support the channel, I can drop links for the supercar oil, maybe even that oil cap. You know, it might be something that you want. We'll drop links for that, and that's gonna be about it. And also, don't forget to check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. Any support you can guys give there goes right back into the channel, whether it's our custom parts, our used parts, or our merch. Check all that out, and that's gonna be it. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.